This was also what?
Welcome. Okay. Oh yeah, no shit. Right now, my wife is watching a fish and game show, Northwood's Law, and the officers went and are taking down a marijuana grow operation. And I'm just like, yeah, I'd be mad too if that shit got taken down. That's expensive. Alright. Duchess, you can't have all of the freaking... all of the chew toys, all of the bones, kid. You're killing me here. You've taken all of them. Every last one of them. It's Spooderman! No, I can't whip. I'm sorry. Now, today we are going and cleaning out some of the dirt in...
You know what you should do?
What?
Get a rat ready so when you're done you can feed them.
Now, you gotta give them a little bit of time in between fucking with them.
It was an ideal.
You're right. Whiskeys. Okay. Alright. So we know you by a different name, eh? You are whiskey? Hmm?
Must be taking a lot of whisks.
How's it going? We're gonna get this off of my neck because my snake's gonna be going around my neck. Not a euphemism. I know, many of you wish it was.
I don't think your snake is quite that long trying to reach that.
It is not. You're alright. Oh, me critter.
How's he look?
He still has some stuck shed. But that's alright. It's not the end of the world. He'll shed again, and this time we'll be ready. Come here, baby. Ooh. Hello.
English.
This is a standard adult ball python. Today is also feeding day. Luckily, he's used to being held, and we are going to give him several hours to kind of bounce back after cleaning out his habitat. Oh yeah. Hey, where are you going? What's the plan here, buddy? Yeah, he has got himself a little bit of a situation here. First off, we are going to try to knock as much dirt off of his hide as we can so that we don't make a gigantic mess while doing this. Our goal is to use...
Is he squishy?
He's actually pretty firm. He's not as fat as he used to be. He doesn't have those fat rolls anymore. There we go.
Have they ever tried to constrict any of your limbs off?
Not constrict limbs off. He got startled. Here, come here. He got startled one time when I was taking him outside for a little walkie walk around the around town, and when you have a snake wrapped around your neck and they get startled, well, circulation tends to get cut off. Look at that boy.
You're not worried that he's gonna startle you?
No, he's pretty chill right now. There's nothing in here that's gonna startle him. That's ultimately what you'd have to be worried about. I'm more so worried about the fact that he still has some stuck shed. Luckily, not a lot of it's on his face. But we boosted the humidity and get off of there. Not a tree, child. Not a tree. Yeah, don't be handling most snakes like this. Most snakes will turn around and bite you if you try grabbing them. Ball pythons. What?
Getting a belly rub.
Ball pythons are a different breed of calm. They are what I call casual snakes.
Good day, good day.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
What?
You know that water kettle thing we got?
Yeah.
It's actually on the plane.
What? We have 3. This one has got itself a little bit of a mold growth problem. So we are getting some fresh bag in here, first of all. Straight out the box bag.
Can you soak him?
We can soak him, but it is slowly coming off due to the increased humidity.
We still should probably put a tub back in there.
Yeah, we should put his tub back in.
That's not scary, is it? If you want to see scary, go look at a garter snake.
Garter snakes aren't scary to most people. See, most people, they got a fear of big snakes because they're worried that the big snakes are going to
Some big ones creep me out, but most of them.
probably more or less like the giant anacondas.
Yeah, those are creep me out. My favorite are the big yellow ones, though.
This is actually a him. His name is, in fact, Little Guy, for as big as he is. When we first got him, first of all, Petco was going to go and put him down because he had stuck eye caps when he was just a little baby. But my dad went up to him and said, listen, rather than you having to do that, how about I just take him off your hands? And apparently the employee at Petco had a soul because they let my dad take him. And I'm not going to say how in this live, but let's just say my dad got the stuck shed off of the eye.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Tyrus, what happened last night? Look at that. You want to see a ticklish snake? I find it interesting.
Don't lick my toe, dude.
Sprinkles happened? No! What did your Tegu do? Well, I mean, there's a lot a Tegu can do technically. If you're wearing shorts and it decides to climb up your leg, yeah, you're gonna have a really bad time. A really bad time. Yes, no, not really. The last time we had guests over, they promptly left because they could not handle the animal. What?
Kim came over with Precious that one.
Who did?
Kim.
Oh, that's right. And they're deathly afraid of a lot of the animals that we have in here.
Mark, she is.
So we don't typically have guests over because we are those people that have the animals that not a lot of people like. We do try to keep it tidy around here. Primarily the living room area. Beautiful eyes, too.
Oh, ow.
Seriously? Motherfucker had a dragon latched onto his arm. Yeah, we need to find the plastic container. Have you dealt with the dishes yet, honey? By any chance? Okay. I'm trying to get as much of the skin off as
How
I...
many animals do you have?
Enough to try and start a beef with the Oregon Zoo over their lack of tarantulas. Because we should not own more than they do. Buddy, see, now his skin's coming off really well. He had some stuck shed, but using the oil on my hand and the texture of my fingers before I go and clean out his cage, mind you. I'm able to get most of that off. This patch is being kind of a pain still. But that is all done. Look at that. This is prime snake. Look at that.
Jesus, you have tarantulas?
Of course I have tarantulas.
Oh, no. Do you see what Tyler said?
She didn't mean to. I was feeding her and she... How does she miss and grab your arm? Well, no, your arm does stand out as more of a target, I suppose. Child, I can't have you trying to escape while I do this, okay? Can we just chill out? Thank you.
Me and Benjamin are stacking propane.
Butane.
That's what Jason said.
Oh, God.
He eats how many times a day?
He eats probably about once every 2 weeks, effectively. Because he's an adult, his metabolism has slowed down a little bit. It's also a ball python, so his behavior is always in question. Oh no! And this is why we have a vacuum cleaner. Child. Nice and shiny. Rats, actually. He's much too big for pinkies. Much too big for mice, for that matter.
Mouse or pinkies?
Rats.
Oh, snakes, tarantulas. What else, if you don't mind me asking?
Centipedes, scorpions, cat and dog. The centipede is like more of a pet rock than it usually is. We're thinking that it's pre-molt or shortly after a post-molt. Okay, child, if you want to go down into the dry side of your cage for now, that's fine. We're going to have to go and figure out where your larger soaking tub is. The centipede. The centipede is a pet rock. A pet hole is another way of putting it. Kind of like an asshole. Yes. Hardly makes itself known. Hardly ever comes out on camera. When it does, I barely get a glimpse of it because he comes out of one hole and down in the other. That is my plan.
And I don't plan on doing dishes until
actually,
dinner starts.
my plan is taking care of the cages like this. We have a scorpion that I've got to go and maintain too. And then I'm going to be going for a walk. 2 walks with the dogs, and then I'm going to try to round up to close to 1,000 calories burned by the end of the day.
Do you use tofu?
Yeah, it's what we use. Unfortunately, it has a habit in our region to produce mold, or for mold to be produced in it. It's a very good environment for that kind of bullshit. So we are going.
Do you rent or own?
Currently, we rent, but we are looking to own in the future. We are trying to take off when it comes to our online presence, and we have.
I added you on Instagram. I'll show you what a monster's sprinkles is.
Oh, monster what?
What a monster sprinkles is.
Okay.
I want to see
Well, you will see once I get on there.
those cows.
Those cows,
That's all I said. Cows.
calories.
I'm just reading the comments because I know you're not looking this way that you can still answer. And landlord never trips about the exotic animals.
She kind of does.
She had a bigger issue with the other dog.
Yeah, she had a big issue with the dogs, but caged animals, they're really not that big of a deal. dogs and cats pose more of a risk to a house than exotic pets do because of the wear and tear that tends to happen with dogs and cats.
Duchess.
Yeah, Duchess.
Wolf. Oliver's a good boy.
Now we are going to have to go and use the vacuum inside this cage. And we're probably going to try to wipe down some of the glass a little bit. Use the fingers to get the larger chunks off of the side here. Now this cage was custom built. It has a built-in water feature on the side. The problem is I got so fucking tired of cleaning it out. The person that had this before me never thought of cutting out a hole for drain, which would have been the better idea. That way you can just, stick a bucket under it and pull the drain out and drain out the water. No big deal, right? But no. So when I do...
We're just scared to go. I don't blame him now.
I still remember the time, and I've told the story before. My older brother Johan, back when he was still crashing here, he invited some girls over, and they came in here and they stopped at the snake tanks that we had over here, and they freaked out. They decided that they were going to run further into the house to get away. They hit the tarantula room. And they couldn't move anymore because they were too fucking scared to. And I'm just sitting there like, did you not tell them that it's kind of a freak show up in here? Or did you want to just see their general reaction?
Sorry to be nosy, but I'm fascinated. Outside of dogs and cats, I'm afraid of all your animals.
I'm actually more afraid of dogs. Not our dogs, but other people's dogs. I've been used as a chew toy a time or two. And not in a playful way either. I mean, maybe it was playful for the dogs at the time, but I sure as shit was not feeling very friendly.
More likely to get bitten by a dog than
Yeah, although when a python tends to be a little bit more defensive, they will try to go after you until you stop messing with them. I also really do not appreciate looking at some of these professionals who keep large snakes and seeing that they are keeping their large snakes in an enclosure that is like a quarter of the length of the snake. You gotta understand these. Yeah, like a lot of the rack systems piss me off. And a lot of people swear by them. But your snake's gotta have some room to move around.
And you can't see them in this.
Like, I just don't understand it. It seems so inhumane to me. And I own snakes. So it's like, buddies, come on. Can we just not put the animals through that? If you're going to have a huge snake, give it a huge environment. Oh my lord.
Must go, man. Especially when there are food aggressive and guard their eggs.
Oh my god, yeah.
Bull snake. One, the noise I made when I was a toddler.
Alright.
Two different people.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Wolf's food aggressive.
Ah. No shit, Pamela. I got bit by a bull. That's why you don't try to boop the snoot with your snoot. That is a hard lesson to learn, friend. That is a hard lesson to learn. Alright, so.
Coming up.
So do the dogs and cats ever interact with the other animals?
The dogs have gotten close to the snakes and sniffed them. There's been no...
Was 3.
What?
Cyrus was agree with that.
Oh no. They haven't really showed any sign of wanting to try to play with them, which is how a lot of these animals tend to wind up dead. Is dogs will treat the snakes like a chew toy, or the cats will think that they're.
The experiment?
What the fuck is the flea experiment? Indeed, I have not, and now I am worried. Alright.
I think with Monk, you were more worried about the snake eating the cat than the cat eating the snake.
Well, the snake attempting to eat the cat. Because if you haven't seen Monkey, he is a chunky motherfucker, okay?
Don't worry.
He's right there.
Oh, I thought that was that just.
He is so chunky. Alright, so.
I just realized something.
What?
We bought cookies and cream ice cream for Micah.
Okay. Lactose?
No, the gluten-free.
Oh no. I guess we bought cookies and cream for me.
Or me. Can we see the monkey?
It smells like feet in there. No, it doesn't. It smells like wildlife.
Monkey, not the monkey. He wants to see monkey.
Like, I don't think most people know what reptiles actually smell like. I'm getting the feeling that that is just the way it is. Like, reptiles, a good clean cage should smell like dirt. Shouldn't even smell like snake. Because snake in and of itself, so long as they're not shitting all over themselves, which does happen occasionally, but not frequently, really shouldn't have a smell to it. She stole my camera! Police!
Yes, monkey. Nah, monkey. Ignore the sock. That's the monkey. And that's the Oliver. Picking up the dog bones that his daughter hoarded. Back to you, honey. Is that good?
I hope so.
Oh, look.
Yeah, why not?
Oh.
On average, do you think you spend on feeding our pets?
Depends on the pets.
Yeah, it depends on the pets. The dogs, I think it's like it's got to be like over $100 for the dogs a month, right? Honey,
What?
feeding the dogs is like $100 a month.
Yeah, give or take. That's including treats.
The snakes, they get fed typically once every 2 weeks. That's about $30,
Give or take.
give or take. All right, that's one. That's another reason why we're trying to get a brand going, selling stuff that people are going to want to buy, like merchandise. Now, when we're cleaning the cage, we typically try not to use any actual cleaners for fear of harming the animals, because a lot of the cleaners are just not good for your pets.
Wait, so that's one rat every 2 weeks?
Per snake. God, dogs, did you sneeze on the fucking snake cage? Looks like a crime scene. On the outside of the cage.
For the larger snakes per.
Well, they're all eating the same size rats. So they're all eating medium-sized rats, which is A-okay. That's not going to hurt anything.
Little guy could probably eat bigger, but he's more comfortable going after the small.
Yeah, little guy, he's got a lot of anxiety issues when it comes to eating rats because he has had a history of bad feeding experiences.
Including not trying to knock himself out. I know, maybe. Maybe find a towel and start compressing.
When he said he had one gun, I figured that he was going to bring him a shot.
This is a lot of elbow grease. It's going to take me a little bit longer than I thought.
I assume the rats come from pet stores.
Yeah, they come from pet stores.
We buy them frozen.
We try to find pet stores that don't keep their frozen rats for too long because the process of keeping them in a freezer typically makes them taste funny. Kind of like when we keep food in the freezer too long, it gets that freezer burn taste.
Little guy's like, what are you doing?
When I looked at it and talked about it a little bit further, I knew it wasn't bounty shots, so I pushed it a little further. If it wasn't you, then we got to look for somebody else. We fired no rounds at all.
Good Lord.
Tonight, we fired you down.
Live or frozen?
Frozen, because our snakes are extra special.
Especially
You said you hadn't fired it this gun.
I don't know. Little guy did knock himself out that one time.
true. But wasn't that for a frozen rat too?
Yeah, that's another reason why we can't trust. Listen, if your snake has a hard time killing a dead rat,
A little bit worried.
just don't try to feed them live rats.
I thought I heard they had to be live.
No, they don't. There are even people out there that'll try to, and successfully, mind you, feed their snakes chicken legs that had been frozen, and they thaw them out. Sometimes,
More of a case of emergency.
yeah, it's more of a case of emergency. We haven't tried doing that yet, but we do typically buy like chicken legs. So
Well, more like chicken thighs lately. I'm worried with Mikey.
we'll figure it out.
Good thing they sell burritos.
At night especially, you make a phone call and say, I just fired here, I just shot in here.
Ciao.
I guess that's all that I found.
Hands up if you ever bred rats. Wanting to start off with 3 males.
We used to do it the right
3
way.
females and 2 males because we used to breed rats.
Yeah, we bred rats, and then the store that I went and bought a new rat to kind of
Liven up the genetic.
liven up the gene pool. Turns out that the rat had distemper, and we had to put down all of our rats. So we stopped because some of those rats, despite the fact that they were being bred as food, they were still our pets. We still kept them and loved them and cherished them, and then we had to put them down, and that was that.
I was even supposed to get one.
Yeah, I even at the time had gotten a dopey-eared rat and had to put that one down too. And when I went and confronted the guy that bred the rats and I got my rat from, he just shut down his store. He did not try to make anything right. Still a little bit pissy.
So can the exotic animals communicate in any way?
Dogs can somewhat communicate needs.
Somewhat. Duchess just goes and runs in your face when she wants attention.
Right.
That's not somewhat. That's really.
They can, I guess. Generally speaking, if your ball python is constantly out, that means that it is not it's not comfortable in its environment and something needs to change. Also, if a snake stays off feed for a prolonged period of time, it's usually due to environmental factors. Some snakes also just aren't hungry because they have not fully digested the meal that they'd eaten previously. Again, environment can have something to do with that. Not enough heat, for instance, will cause that.
Do you ever treat them groggy once in a while?
I mean, technically speaking, wait, are you talking about the dogs? Because no, we don't. But the snakes, I mean, technically they get raw meat every time they eat.
Hey, excuse me. I want to pet you, puppy.
I swear to God, whatever is on the outside of this tank is somewhat on the inside
You
too.
know we're looking at the door, right?
Shush. Up.
Come on. Oliver, will you let mommy pet you? That's what they. Excuse me, I don't want to be on camera.
Well, you know what? You complained that I. What a brat.
You're welcome. I can pet my puppy. That is what they do. They don't like giving people.
What are you doing? Are you trying to size up your water bottle, child? It's like a freaking. It's like there's dried up ectoplasm up in this bitch.
The trespasser could have a criminal record, and wardens may be able to match the distinctive tattoos to his police file.
I hope we got him this time.
We are so happy you don't got it.
Down east in Maine, Wardens Carter and McBride requested a search for their suspect's tattoos in a criminal database. And the results are the description of the tattoo.
Yeah,
This is our guy right here.
the glurm. The fuck is glurm?
Excuse me,
That sounds like a fucking STI.
He's been
is
charged.
there an animal that you want that's missing from the collection? The rest of the
Yeah, we could go for the rest of the Theraphosa
Carter and McBride head to the suspect's
family.
last
We'd like a Theraphosa Burgundy and a Theraphosa Blondie, preferably females if we can. But those are what happened?
I wanted to pet Oliver. That just didn't want to be petted. So I was petting Oliver. She came over here, pushed him out of the way, then went back to chewing on the toy. Slimer made him visit.
What's your name? You're his mother, okay. Where, you know where I can find you? Okay.
What is that?
What is what?
I don't know.
You have to be more specific. We've got on the bottom, that is Mochi's cage. The larger one up top, right there, that is Blue, the Brazilian blue violet. On top of that is Gem, the Brazilian blue violet. Next to it is Waffles, the Harpicura Pokerites.
You're sure he confirmed that they were his. He admitted he stayed in the yard. You on bail? You would have been on bail when you were up there. I know.
The animals you said you wanted. Tarantula.
They're a type of tarantula. The Theraphosa family includes what I like to consider to be the three largest species of tarantula that you can own here in the United States. The Theraphosa blondie is also referred to as the Goliath bird-eating tarantula. The Theraphosa burgundy is its cousin, as is the Theraphosa apophysis, which we already have.
We're gonna show these people
All right.
this property that we're gonna continue.
Child, I tried taking you out of the cage, and you
She's
absolutely...
like, I want to say hi to the people on camera.
Come here. There we go. But before we get any more, we are going to be trying to either buy this place or find a place that we could rent to own. I'm so sick of renting, guys. I am so sick of being a renter. just constantly living with that fear.
AKA bird eating.
No, they're not technically bird eating, but that is one of the names. Buddy, I know I am not your optimal climbing structure, but you seriously need to chillax, okay?
It's like, but Dad.
Really? Stop trying to escape while I'm cleaning your cage, child. Yeah? You almost headbutted me right there. You little turd. Look at that. Huh. Boy, you are just... Okay, up over the side. We're just about ready to start putting dirt back into the cage. At least this portion of the cage. The other portion we tend to keep dry. So once we get the den in, we'll work on the other half. And then we'll go and clean out his old water dish, which was what I called his Olympic swimming pool. It's actually just big enough for him to go and soak himself. That way he has that option.
That's a score for big game hunters.
No, it's not Jake the Snake Roberts.
Bro, I scared.
Oh, good. Because I'm not.
Sportsmen and women try to make a mark during the short season.
Yeah.
Bring home their prize.
You gonna say hi? Next, we gotta go and take care of the scorpion cage. So, if you think this is scary.
So today is the last day of our moose hunt, and we're gonna go up. We're just gonna go to routine patrol, see if there's anybody that's still out here that may not have a moose yet.
McCabe's an avid hunter and was one of the fortunate few to win a permit in last year's moose hunt.
Alright.
He knows firsthand about the pressure of dragon moose.
Very stressful situation where you waited for this man all your life, and you get there and you just haven't got a moose yet. You've got several hours left to do it, so there's a lot of pressure there.
The first little layer is, of course, going to go on the bottom. It's going to be what his den sits on. And then we're going to start stacking the dirt around the den, because the subterranean den tends to hold in more moisture. Gives him an easier time when it comes to shedding. Child, really?
Do we get to see the scorpion too?
Yes, you do. This is all going to be on camera. And if this takes too long, after all this is said and done, I'll just play video games with you guys watching. You're not gonna try to escape, child.
He's like, there might be a girl over here.
Snakes. No, Jake is very much alive.
McCabe tracks down the hunters to tip them off.
Jake Roberts, is that the guy that ran the Reptarium?
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Because one of the original herpetologists did pass away recently. He sent a message to his fans stating that he wouldn't be long to live.
Good luck, guys. Take care. It's too far for them. They don't want to trek up in there and shoot them.
Freaking little guy.
They don't want to do
You
that.
need to chill.
That's a good animal hunter. They don't want to go up there and shoot them. So they're a little bit not get it out. Kudos to them.
Miles south in Kennebec County, Sergeant Ron Dunn leads an investigation into a family suspected of a serious hunting crime.
Basically, an old shot, secondly, Monday morning, 7 o'clock, 8 shots fired. Later in the week, there's a stop rate that
big bull moose. Moose herds are strictly protected by the state. That's why so few hunting permits are issued each year. Leaving a moose is not only wasteful, it's illegal. The primary suspects are an older couple who were the permittee and the sub-permittee, which means they were the only two people allowed to shoot on the hunt. The woman's adult son was with them.
These people have been seen here all week long. Witnesses that we've got statements from said that the sound is because of the repetitiveness of the firing.
That's what I thought.
The scene
What?
corroborates this
Brian
information.
Barzik.
Two different bullet calibers.
Yeah, he's the one who died.
Another different caliber in the tree right where those died. So you got 3 calibers. You can see the bullet holes through the trees. It was right in between 2 bullet holes.
If the son fired on the hunt, he could face jail time. The family may have left the moose to cover up their illegal activity.
Tonight, we're going to serve 2 certain ones and 2 separate residences. One is going to be at the committee's residence, and the other is going to be the family members that accompany the committee on the hunt.
They'll collect firearms used in the moose hunt to see if they match the bullets found in moose and surrounding trees. And they'll question everyone involved to find out if the permit holder's son shot illegally on the hunt.
There may be more to the story. There could have been another moose. There could be other people that were involved. So there's all kinds of what else that we're going to have to try to piece together when we get confused.
Brian.
Down in San
Yeah.
Warden Carlton Richardson's following up.
Yeah, I think that's who I'm thinking of. No, we are kind of new to the scene technically. Are you having fun, kid? He is probably the craziest accessory. You kidding?
Red flags.
Yeah.
It's been repainted.
We're just about ready to at least try to put you back into a den. Yeah? You think you're ready to go back into the den?
Most likely, the ATV stolen.
Hmm?
That's why it's getting out here.
Richardson and
Mr.
Colton
Cookie's
have
back.
landowners in the area.
It's Mr. Cookie!
Granted permission to mount
Hi.
activated cameras.
Didn't like that, did you? No shout outs for us.
The cameras may have caught a glimpse of the wheeler and its rider.
Dear
They don't have to search
baby.
long. Richardson puts in a call to the Sanford police.
Yeah, what are you up to? Still can't believe there are some states where you need a license in order to own these guns. What in the fuck?
The officer's seen this guy before.
Mr. Cookie wants to be a mod.
He pulls up a mug.
Mr. Cookie cannot be a mod. We already have 2 mods. We already got Dos. What are you doing back there?
Teams of wardens
Is he going on your
investigate
shirt?
suspected
No, he's up on my ear.
One team will question G.
You goofball, what the heck are you doing?
The only 2 were permitted to shoot on the moose hunt.
He is having
We
fun.
expect that she's going to be a little flustered, and there aren't relatives involved, so she's going to be protective of her family.
At the same time, the other team will question Gene's son, Darren.
Sergeant Venom from the Warden Service, how do you do? Just need to talk to you for a few minutes about inside.
3 kinds of bullets were recovered from the scene of the kill, and only 2 people were permitted to shoot, which leads the wardens to suspect that Darren fired illegally on the hunt.
Went up in the car. Yeah. Which morning was that, Monday? Okay. I was pointing up the news, which one it was, how many was with it? There was 3, but I was told one of them. That's, another shot, that brought shot, and well, that's kind of bad, so I know that, I left it. So you were carrying a rifle up in the woods, all loaded up?
Stop whispering sweet nothings into my ears, Snake. It's getting kind of old. We do not have that relationship, you little shit.
Something about this story doesn't sit
He is giving you an ear kiss.
just a few miles away.
Do your neighbors
Sergeant
know
Hughes
about
and
your
now
exotic
enforcement
They should. During every parade, we typically go and sit out on the front porch with our snakes in hand. Phrasing. Honey, are you having fun up there? Yeah? Alright, so. Let's get you down in there. Maybe you'll want to go and hide in your den. Ha 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 ha. Look at you, baby. Alright. Now, we gotta go and clean out the other side while we're at it. That side's not gonna take up too much dirt because that's where the water is. Child. Where did I put the dust?
Is it in the garbage bag?
Hope not. It's on the garbage bag. Okay. There we go. If I had a freaking shop vac, this would be so much easier.
Well, maybe on Black Friday at the latest, we can pick one up.
No, not. It is plausible, but unlikely that mom shoots two separate high-powered rifles in succession.
They want you to say hi to his cat bagel bites.
A major violation on a main news site.
I'm willing to accept that somebody made a mistake here, but I'm not really interested in the life of it. I know, it's a story. That's the problem I have. I told you what happened.
Say a cat named Bagel Bites?
Bagel bite.
Hold on.
You got shot. There's no way that is clear.
According to Darren, Gene and Roger shot at a moose on this one, but they never found it, and they continued to hunt in the area.
Critter, come back.
You're there every day. Yeah.
You already got it.
Alright, here we go.
When I get out of the truck,
Hello, Bagel Bites.
I can smell the moose.
In 70-degree weather, a moose carcass would have spoiled in a matter of days.
When anybody tells me that, they're in that truck every day. For that whole week, I don't like it.
I ever thought that maybe, just maybe, somebody illegally shot the moose without a tag?
Well, the thing is there was 3 different type of bullets, and only 2 people were allowed to shoot at it, so they think about a family member shot at it. And then they left it. He said hello, Critter, in the alley.
Huh. Okay.
If
Child.
I was to come in contact with your snake, could the snake sense my fear like other animals?
It could potentially, because you do give off a chemical response when you're afraid.
Richardson and Joy retrieved the ATV they found hidden in the woods.
There we go.
Seize the wheel and head to the various distributed premises. Riding the ATV and the matching established a solid lead in the case. That's it.
Which would make it far dangerous for me, right?
No, not necessarily. I mean, he doesn't just strike at people who are afraid of him. It might make him a little nervous, but I don't know exactly what emotions they're technically capable of.
When I was terrified of him, he kept trying to say hi.
Yeah, see, my wife was originally scared of him.
That's why I had to mention that. You just started number on that same number.
Alright, kid.
Back in
Your
Canada,
cage is
Sergeant
just about
Donovan
done.
Hughes are trying to get the truth about what happened on his family's moose hunt.
Carrying rifle around all the time.
Whoa, beautiful.
Yeah, he is. He is the eldest in our collection. He is about 19 years old.
I'll be honest with you, I have no doubt in my mind that you buy that 7. I also believe that Rod's fought. You're going to disagree with me on this one, and I'm good with it. But in my mind, I think they're in fire too. You standing in that cut Monday morning with a loaded rifle.
All right, I believe this is his. Yeah, this is definitely his cold water dish. So I'm gonna go and wipe this out. There's a lot of paper towels we're using today. I'll be right back, folks.
Your rifle, Patrick, boy, is in that room till 25. I don't think I'll be shooting. I don't believe it. I might be when you travel in the rebound.
In Kennebec County, Maine, the wardens retraced the steps made by a family of moose hunters.
This is a mother that she's protecting her son. You know they shot. We got a dead moose. And all the bullets through the trees show that moose.
How long do snakes live typically? He'll be right back to answer your questions.
I don't have those answers. I really don't. But I am telling you that I don't believe you. Okay? In the end, I don't believe that you didn't shoot your rifle in a book. She's not going to get there. No, neither one of them are. That's unfortunate.
Darren and Jean are sticking to their story, but the evidence collected at the scene is compelling and could help the wardens close this case without a confession. They just need the rifles fired on the hunt. Time to execute the warrants.
This is one buck and one cross. This is as easy as possible. We're most certain than not Darren fired way up to the thing. Why would somebody bring that 325 right from the shop and a moose hunt? No, then I'll shoot it. Well, let's go.
Darren's not too happy about giving up his guns.
Listen, I told you what rifle to look for. Yeah, but it's a 7
All right.
Questions? How
Questions?
long do they typically live?
Roughly about 40 years.
I thought it was 30, 20 to 30. Anna said 10 to 15.
Really freaking long time. Now in the wild, it might be 8 to 10 years, but in captivity, snakes can actually live far longer than they do out in the wild. I mean, that goes without saying because we literally take care of all their needs, or at least we try to.
It depends also on the variety of snake.
Ball pythons, acceptable, more than acceptable exception. Like 5.5 to 6 feet long. When we went and measured how what?
Oh,
Old, he's about 19 years old now.
Ballistics results
that was like 16.
He's an old man.
charge Darren with illegally shooting on the
All right, here we go.
One way or the other, we either call the folks and say, hey, we're in the ball, and we, apologize for interrupting your evening, but we have a job to do, or people will face the charges in court.
I have a new idea, but I'm not sure he's going to appreciate it.
In Solon, Maine, Warden Tom McKenna is leading up with wildlife rehabilitator
Take the
Tom.
dirt.
The winter of last year, a local resident cut down a tree.
We're going to lay it down, then we're
How
going
many critters do you have in total?
to... Oh, God.
Actually, how many kitters? You
Kidders.
forgot the R.
Good Lord. What did we say? Was it 13 or 14?
9,
Fishes
10,
are carnivorous
11,
mammals
12,
belonging to the least
14.
neck. They're found only in
9
North America
tarantulas.
and
Oh
thrive
wait,
in the
no, more than that.
How hard is it?
9 tarantulas, 3 ball pythons, a scorpion, and a centipede. That's 14. Not 17. One, 7.
We have 17 animals.
9 tarantulas, 3 ball pythons, a centipede,
Today, down to releasing the fishes.
scorpion,
One that was found on
kitty,
this
and
property,
2
and
puppets.
another he's been nursing back to health.
They're pretty, I didn't say it goes so quick, there's something they don't see.
So Mrs. Critter was afraid of your animals at first?
She was afraid of little guy at first. She got me back into owning tarantulas. So that's
Light fire's back.
light fire.
It's always nice to see something that can have like a chance to give it a second.
Now what I'm doing here is squeezing out some of this dirt because it is too moist. Like I said, the idea is to make it natural but not Shrek swamp.
Thanks, Don.
So this is going to be set up a little bit differently. The warm side is going to be just exposed ground, and the den is going to be moved over closer to the water dish so that the snake can go over the top of the den and get into the water just a little bit easier than it has been.
In Maine, wildlife specialists are vigilant about collecting loose eggs.
So,
It helps to monitor the health of the snake's herd. Every deceased cow and bull must be recorded and the cause of death verified. Warden Fish needs to find out if this moose's death was the work of a vulture.
It was in about 4 feet of water. Just the right-hand side from the shoulder to the rear end was exposed, the rest of it was all underwater. There's a lot of fungus and growth on the legs and so much debris on top of them.
The animal's body has begun to deteriorate. If Fish determines the moose has been shot and discarded, the hunter could face jail time and a $1,000 fine.
There's a cut there, hole right there.
Coming up, more than likely this dude's been shot on video.
This is 7 millimeter away. We have to use caution because it could turn into a violent person. Come to the door, I know you're inside. Cut there, hole right there.
In Penobscot County, Maine, Warden Fish is investigating a dead moose.
It looks like it's been pulled a couple times by sticks. They get jammed tied up sometimes.
Alright.
And, it's a,
2 garden snakes today that are babies. All
Shot.
those are so fun to raise. You could feed them fish, appropriately sized fish. You can feed them fish, tadpoles, frogs, snails, slugs, earthworms, night crawlers for that matter, which are basically earthworms that are huge. They're basically an animal that has such a diverse palate. Makes it easy to take care of them. Honest to God. They also, just like ball pythons, they don't technically need to have any of the extra. What?
Nick wants you to say his old name. Do not.
Sorry, Nick, we don't fall for that. I say this. We're going to call you Nick Slur. Because that's exactly what your name is supposed to be. Yes!
What?
He said no. I said yes. Always a clown. Yeah. Oh, little guy is just enjoying the shit out of this. Hopefully the heat emitter will warm up that dirt. Because right here is where, right under the spot where he's at right now is where his den usually goes. But like I said, we've got it backed up to the water dish so that he can go off of the top of his den over into the water dish if he so chooses.
And it's deep in the body that we're not picking it out. So you can see just about the bottom of the neck. There's nothing.
It's so
Just to
funny.
make sure that we didn't miss something. And
All right.
we didn't miss anything.
So-
Chuck another one up in natural colors.
Oliver, no.
Yep. So we were.
I'm going to go and get the temporary holding container for the scorpion.
Over in Kennebec County, Warden Buck has a tip on a suspiciously shot deer.
Right now, I'm going to go to the local meat cutter where there's kind of a suspected deer that was baited with bait. We received a call from a local biologist that noticed the violation. He called me about it. Wanted to know if I wanted to know about it. Of course I do.
In Maine, it's illegal to place food during open deer season. Baiting deer is unethical. It takes the bear chase out of hunting.
You can see right here that the water of his mouth is full of corn. It's definitely processed corn. He's gonna corn from the field or something like that. So this deer's been eating a pile of corn that somebody put. More than likely this deer's been shot over the
Buck gets the hunter's name and address from the tagging slip and heads to the man's house.
around, knocked on the door, nobody came to the door, a vehicle in the driveway. We figured that somebody was probably out hunting corn.
That did not take me nearly as long as cleaning the snake cage. The same is going to be said about actually cleaning the scorpion tank.
On the back road,
Because it is, of course, just a 10-gallon tank.
matter of Trent.
What's Oliver doing?
Looks like
Oliver is laying by the door pouting because we're not just going to go and let him out again within an hour's time. Although, I suppose when I go for my walk, if I still have time, I can just take him for a short little walk. The doctor or the vet told us not to go and overdo it because one of his incision sites is inflamed.
It looked like he had a shell in his hand, so kind of figured it was unloaded, but I don't think he's going to be able to sneak up on it.
You were just asking questions, and then I heard,
Sorry.
how did you manage to fall asleep that shortly after composing a thought? That was impressive, folks.
I figured he didn't trail the water.
No one should say it.
I mean, technically I could, but my shit would get shut down. So I probably shouldn't.
I'll let you get to it. Good luck. Don't get low. If you can hold on to it, that'll be great. Hey, take care.
Plus, it's really like, why do people gotta be derogatory online? Don't we get enough of that from the squeakers in video games? I think we know what Nick is.
Want me to?
He's a squeaker.
Want me to hide?
in Kennebec.
Get rid of him.
Buck's trying to track down the hunter suspected of baiting for deer.
When we got to the house,
Oh.
knocked on the door,
Oh no.
in the backyard, in the driveway, and I could see that.
That's what you get for being a squeaker, Cartman.
So I figured that might be one place to start looking.
All right.
And I can see that.
So we have the temporary cage cleaned out.
Hello, Wayne Warden. You can see water in his mouth, it's full of corn.
In Reedfield, Maine, Warden Buck approaches a hunter who may have broken the law by shooting a deer that was baited with corn.
Hello, Wayne Warden. Mind if we talk for a few minutes? I talk about bait. Okay. You killed a deer.
Oh, this is good and soppy. So again, we're gonna have to squeeze it. We're gonna try to pack it in. carefully roll it over the side right here. Actually, what we should do is pack it in on the other side of this water dish. At least the first little layer to make sure the water dish doesn't try to shift.
The corn, where's the corn? I mean, okay.
The man insists that he only baited his lawn so that he and his wife can take pictures of deer.
I want you to come take a look at your head real quick. Yep. You know it's corn? Yeah. Okay, so you explain that to me. Not one. Don't want any lies, okay? Okay. So,
The hunter claims his neighbor places bait down the road, and this deer must have found it.
well, here's the deal. You can't put the bait in the backyard or down the woods, either one. Okay? And this deer, I mean, in my opinion, is totally legal. It's just too coincidental that the corner of his backyard is almost exactly the same or exactly the same as the one that's in the deer's mouth. So it's very hard to find a source for deer being somewhere else. We really could. We could go about it one or two ways. We could see the game camera, maybe watch our circuit point, television, optics, over that. Okay? I don't think at this point we're going to do that. You can get one ticket to play some bait for entice deer. Okay? You're going to get to keep the deer, which is huge. You're going to charge this individual, but hopefully it makes a place on it. Get your confidence on that, okay? You don't need to say thank you. I'm just, I'll tell you that you're getting a good break if I get to be okay. Okay? All right.
Down in Augusta,
Your rifle, cartridge, full. It's in that room, 25.
what's the name? Ordinality brings the guns collected during a moose kill investigation to the ballistics lab for analysis.
So we have 4 rifles, different calibers. Today we hope to have them all test fired, have them examined, both the bullets and
What did we miss?
and the firing pin.
I'm removing the messages with the squeaker.
2 that were found in the moose and 1 that was found in the tree.
Oh, Brandon, these aren't even big.
So one of the areas we looked at in the examination.
This is the slowest part of the whole ordeal, is squeegeeing out all this dirt. I think one more brick should do it,
But for our purposes, we use microscopic marks.
and that should cover up the top.
And actually identify bullets back to firearms to a fire gun. This is a 7mm away.
This is the gun Gene carried on the moose hunt and fired once before Darren says he handed her his rifle. They'll do 2 test fires on each rifle collected last night. Then they'll take the bullets fired and compare them to the bullets found on scene.
This is bullet C, which was the bullet pulled from the tree.
The technician uses a comparison microscope to look at the 2 bullets side by side.
This groove in the bullet is caused by the raised area of the rifle. So this is a good start. The fact that those are the same width, so possibly could be fired from that firearm.
The bullets found in moose and surrounding trees are consistent with the 3 rifles the family used, which means this family is most likely responsible for the kill. The ballistics results will be used in court to charge Darren with illegally firing on the hunt.
We'll take all that, put it together, and send me the final package to the district attorney's office.
Back in Sanford, Richardson heads to the home of the alleged ATV thief.
Yesterday I applied for a warrant for the arrest of the suspect in this case, and it was granted. The judge signed off on it, so now the subject has an active warrant for his arrest for stealing the ATV.
This isn't the suspect's first offense. He's been convicted for stealing ATVs in the past, which makes executing an arrest warrant dangerous.
This is a felony warrant. You know, he does have time probably hanging over his head from it.
he could be at this point, he's at his breaking point, he doesn't want to go back to jail. So we have to use caution going into these. It could turn into a violent person. So I have the Sanford Police Department on standby, just in case something does happen while I'm there, they know where I'm at.
Yeah, well, the closest thing that we have to that today in size is probably the new species of anaconda that they found down in South America. The one in particular that they knew existed of this new species was, of course, almost immediately killed by humans. I'm not happy with our species right now when it comes to coming across new species within their environments. Honest to God, like when we come across species that were thought extinct or species that look similar to those that had existed in the past, could we maybe just not kill them right off the bat? Who cares about them? I do, Keelan. If I'm talking about them, kind of answers your question. Yeah, we're also great at insanity. It's because a lot of humans have a knack for destroying those things that we find to be incredible. We used to have a massive redwood forest. I wouldn't call it massive. We used to have a cluster of redwood forest actually out here in Oregon, you know, before people came through and cut them down completely. We literally destroy the very things in nature that cause us shock and awe. Well, that is unless we go nuke ourselves off the face of the planet, which I'm pretty sure we've already done. We just don't have a historical record of it. All evidence points to some cataclysmic event that happened during human history that cannot be accounted for. Rock steps that melted, melted glass. I believe it's out near India that is close in resemblance to the melted glass that occurred around testing sites of our own nuclear weapons back in the day. Yeah, there is evidence that humanity has reached its peak before and then set itself back because it's self-destructive. It's just nobody wants to acknowledge it. That is one of the big conspiracy theories that I believe in, is the fact that we've been here, we've done that. Oh my God! Get out of here! Stop talking to people. Thank you. Back it up. Well, you probably don't know a lot about a lot of things, so how would there be more evidence if we literally obliterated ourselves? If we literally wiped ourselves pretty much off the map, doing the very thing we're worried about now, how would there be more evidence? Megastructures?
Hurry up, man.
We're waiting on the dirt. We're literally waiting on dirt to grow. Not really. Tired of waiting on you? Yeah, but not really. Especially considering that the materials used in the past might not be exactly the same as they are today. Who knows what technological
This
advances
guy,
we
you know,
can
I can't wrap my
attack.
head around it of why he steals ATVs. He's been in and out of jail for it, and why he wants to go back. Did you take the ATV from my street? Yes. Okay. Why? Okay. It's not a case where he's stealing ATVs to get money. He's using it for transportation, so he doesn't have to walk. He hasn't learned, so, you know, a place in jail is a good place.
Now, let's do this.
More information on Northwood's Law, check us out on Facebook, TarantulaPlanet.com.
Here we go.
In Norwich Walk Lane,
He's gonna have to tell us something, because his boat is cut up in pieces 4 miles from his house.
Warden Tyler Kenny questioned the owner of a boat that was dumped in the woods.
Really? Yeah. No. Wasn't me. I mean, again, I don't doubt you, but the only thing I have with this boat is your name. If we could come up with a name that put you in that line. I think I know I know there. That's the fact that I'll be.
We are just about there, folks.
You want to call your son-in-law?
Hey, Mal, remember the goat we sold last year?
Yeah.
You don't remember the guy's name that I sold over here?
No, I don't.
831. They would take it out, but you know, I have to pick it up on the
Well,
This is dirt.
oh, you moved the other.
I heard about it.
What do you mean?
I told me that.
His den was on the other side.
Yep.
You know, I have no idea how.
Here we go.
I can't remember that guy's name that goes to, but I will.
This way, he has easier access to his water dish.
How much time, what time frame would you have?
I have a couple days, but I need to show you where.
Now we're gonna see
Up there.
if this doesn't work out as well as I think it is. What we'll do is we'll get another plastic container, and we'll put it right here,
This is that over here.
and put a hole on the corner of it for him to go down into, so he has two hides, like we have in Mochi's container. Mochi loves that shit.
Pretty easy to shut your property, close your property right now. All we know is if you came up with property, change the way you feel about it.
All right,
If you think of that name.
there we go.
What's the container called?
Well, that is dirt. Well, it's actually just cocoa husk, but it's dirt. I mean, what is dirt classified as?
McCabe heads over to donate the moose to someone who said
This container is going to have the water in it. I set it up so that it goes pretty much right up to the top of his den, so that he can slip on into it easier, find his way to it easier. Dirt is not food. Alright, which one was? Alright, so let's get some water up in here. What I think I'm going to do is just go and get a rather large bowl.
Glad I can help you out. Thanks very much. Hey, not a problem. Take care.
But first,
early the next morning, Warden McCabe responds to an urgent call.
get a little bit of that Rectisafe.
reported missing in mattress.
2, 3, 4 should do it. 4 drops in there.
It's been out overnight. One of the subjects actually, he has difficulty walking. He can't get around very well. We've get a cell phone ping from an area where they could possibly be. We're gonna check that area first thing this morning. We've got other warnings on the way. We're gonna be starting to search more of them.
McCain stops by the missing man's home to speak with his wife.
Hi, Karen. What was the game plan for that?
I was working, I got home, traffic had closed, and I got to keep it, okay, stuff. So I was like, okay, when I got home, I was like, it's been gone a really long time, and then it started getting dark, and I was like, oh.
We always tell people have some type of plan. Tell someone where you're going, because this is what ends up happening. These two subjects, they had mentioned that they were possibly a little taller, and that's really could have been anywhere around here.
They could have gotten in an accident, right?
Was he having, the good thing was it's not as cold as it could be. It was warm last night.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna actually go
A little bit much.
to the last
A little bit much. Now it's a little bit like Shrek Swamp up in here. Gotta be careful. I know for a fact it needs a bigger cage. No, it does not need a bigger cage. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the rack systems that people keep these snakes in? And you think this needs a bigger cage?
That's very unusual. So I just put the GPS coordinates into their last location.
GPS coordinates are obtained from a cell phone ping. The ping traces the location of the phone by tracking its last signal to hit a cellular tower.
Right now, we need to find the vehicle first. Once we find the vehicle, we can go from there and calling dog teams, more people to search. It's showing right around. Hello! It's showing right at the top of it, which there are no buildings. I think I'm not gonna hike in here and see if I can find it, but I believe it's up this hill a little bit. Hello? Hello?
Up in Fort Fairfield, the geese will soon be migrating south, and goose hunting season is underway.
Hunters set up the field. The geese leave for water. They go to feed in the morning. Wait in the field where the hunters are. It's an enclosure right there. How we doing, guys? Nice. You guys, I'll do this quick. I know it's a good time of the day. I didn't see any geese in the air, so I thought I'd take advantage of it. Come out. There's quite a few different things you have to look for. Things such as proper licenses, field dogs, I assume you get free in it right now.
It's illegal to hunt any migratory game bird with a shotgun capable of holding more than 3 shells. This protects entire flocks from being wiped out.
Looks like you've had a little bit of success.
We use minimal dirt.
Kept them grounded, huh? That's pretty awesome. Come back to get pretty hard.
With decoys are essential for success.
We use a mixture of full body and soil. So they put them flat. So we put them this way.
Oh, so that does not need a larger cage. This is a 75-gallon breeder tank. This is bigger than the majority of those tanks that people who keep ball pythons in actually have their ball pythons in. You do realize that, right? As a matter of fact, it's probably bigger than a lot of the tanks that you have your ball pythons in. But instead of just, I don't know, letting people raise their animals in peace, you are going to come through and act like you know damn well everything about everything having to do with reptiles. No.
And showing that it's in that.
Right. Because you keep your ball pythons in 7-foot-long tanks.
And if they were this close to the main road, they could walk back up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that far.
I don't have an everyday carry gun because the environment in which I live in does not require that.
Walk up the GPS coordinate that we
The fact of the matter is, people that like to come online and bash other people for owning animals are oftentimes themselves lacking in the ability to care for their animals. Whether it's keeping the humidity up, whether it's keeping the water dishes full, whether it's providing them with food on time, whether it's just basic maintenance or basic housing, usually those that tend to be the loudest on other people's shit are those that are the ones that are lacking. This snake is perfectly fine in the environment to which it's been given. It's better than most snakes out there, and I can guarantee to you because I have seen the rack systems that people keep their snakes in. And whether you like it or not, this suits this snake perfectly fine. Yeah, huh?
The search is on for 2 missing men.
I'm not keep owning animals. I love animals. I want more people to have animals and take care of them. This is more than adequate for this snake. No, but neither is Leia, because like so many people out there, Leia believes that simply because she has kept animals, that she knows how the animals should be kept to a T. I have been raising reptiles since I was a child. When I was 13, I got my first ball python here. He has been with me longer than most relationships that I've been in. If experience is the driving factor to which we are talking, then I've got it. Alright, I think I know. I have 50 at home. Don't argue with me. I will argue with you because you are on my live stream. Who's running this show? Oh, let me show you, Leia. Oh, that sucks. It's like she didn't realize that, oh, I might have a little bit of control over my live stream. Whoops. All right, so let's go and get the lid back on this cage. And go clean out the scorpion cage. That is the next one on our list. Honest to God, people like that are so obnoxious. Just because you have 50 snakes does not mean that you are caring for 50 snakes adequately, especially if you are a single person caring for 50 snakes. How many of those snakes do you think are getting individual care that they need out of 50 snakes for one person? There's this thing called knowing your limits. 50 snakes. Ooh. Another one wants to be in timeout. Oh. Must feel good. All right. Oh, that was Keelan. Keelan wanted to be an asshole too. Keelan gets the ban. Let's go take care of that scorpion, shall we? I do not have the time to deal with assholes today. All right. So, bring it down to right here. Now, this little girl really does not like to be played with. She is very, very stress prone. She's also got herself quite a bit of mold coming in. So, we are going to have to temporarily put her the quote of the day is, make sure your fucking camera can see what you're doing. There we go. Now, we're going to try to ease her in here. This is a temporary holding. Oh, and there's a baby spider living inside the cage. Luckily, the whole thing. You're okay. There we go. Now, we are going to move her here. I know that is not your natural environment. She is definitely scared, guys. But this shouldn't take too long at all. I'm going to go and get another brick started. Go. Oh. Yeah, she's going to be sad right up until we give her new dirt. Unfortunately, she does have to get moved around and manhandled. Alright. Her name is Needles. She is an Asian forest scorpion. They are one of the easiest pets that you can own. I'd like to say that they're wonderful, but they are actually, oh, no wonder. Do you guys remember how I was trying to keep the humidity down in the dirt that was at the bottom of her cage? Well, this dirt is absolutely sopping near the bottom. And we have a ridiculous number of young roaches in here.
100 miles west of Chesterfield, Port Crisp Brigade gets a tip about a potential case of deer roach.
Come here.
And she mentioned that there was a subject 2 weeks ago that was across the road from our house stating that he was going to deer hunt there. He had walked out of the woods with 2 buckets.
Child.
Someone's carrying 5 gallon buckets in the woods. It's probably bait. No reason for anybody to carry 5 gallon buckets in the woods. This kind of deer.
It's illegal to entice deer with food during hunting season.
You're killing me here.
Did you just find those in there?
Yeah. Alright. Well, this is exactly why we started kind of trying putting down the prey items before we put them in the cage itself. It's because there's always that off chance that some of the prey items do not get eaten.
No tree stand in the area, but it is an area where it could be easily hunted from a distance, not very directly over the apples. So we'll have to keep an eye out and possibly go back and see if we can.
It's also probably why we have a lot of mold coming in the bottom of this cage. It's because of the excrement from those roaches.
The game camera over the big box suggests to the cave that this hunter's probably roaches. And after something big,
Well, I don't know if she's hungry. She left all these to be uneaten. Flip over. So, next time I'll make sure that the critter is dead.
There's no tree stand over there, which is really strange. He's just got the piled apples with the leaves in the center. So if you see him and you grab the license plate, yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's 2 apples or 400. He's like, so I'm gonna deputize you so you can keep an eye on that. And I want to catch him, so that's good. Well, I appreciate the call, Joyce. So if anything comes up, give me a call anytime. Even if I'm on day off. All right. Thanks, Joyce. Thank you. Take care. Give the lady some deputy authority. A lot of times that's what we need is a public health order to find out what exactly is going on.
I'm slowly going through this dirt to make sure that there are no other bugs before I put it into a bag. And then I'm going to take the whole ass cage and wash it down.
back in Alton, the warden service is open for a response from the missing elderly hunter department.
I think she fell asleep. The roach is flexing. Oh my god, my kitten just opened his eyes. Oh my goodness. Gotta go to work?
Don't you have a day off?
Apparently I'm starting Monday. Monday is the even though Sunday technically is the beginning of the week at my work, Monday is the beginning of the work week. So this shift is happening on Monday.
So then you get Monday off, then Sunday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, so I only have one day off and then what the hell? I was ready for fall, man. Ooh, wolf.
Oh my word.
I love looking at the rugs. I dropped that.
Whoops.
Look, it's a knife I
There we go. Wait, where's?
Did you steal his other sock?
I did not steal his other sock. Are they really hiding underneath her? Child, they're using you as a... Alright, time to get this cleaned. Be easier, the freaking simpler. Take it out. Which one of them's at the door.
Anybody hear someone at the door earlier?
Somebody dropping something off there.
I dare you guys take up my freaking chair. My throat. Stuff. Thinking by next summer, I'm gonna need a new AC unit. Sounds like he's getting more and more geek.
Well, I think we bought that one too.
No, Monkey did not go in timeout. I don't know where Monkey went off to.
Our monkey or their monkey?
Their Monkey.
That's it. No one left me, dude.
He's in the same place he was when he was on camera.
I'm trying to get this clean in here, but I don't have very much space.
Oh, run. Kind of weird that I was coming down. It's like when I look up, sweating, and it's like,
Yeah, Monday 82, Tuesday 74, Wednesday 1, Thursday 91, Friday 88. Oh, and Oliver's gained 3 pounds.
The doctor said that it's probably hold on, I'm really trying here. The doctor said that it's probably just a buildup of fluids in the empty spot that was left behind. We just need to put warm compresses on that.
I'm guessing since he's here that they expect it to go away over time.
That's what they're thinking. Sorry, folks. I am trying to clean this cage, and it's kind of a pain in the butt with the state of things in here.
Wilder holds on to the hunter's gun while they lead him to where they finished off
understand, like here at a specific so what we're gonna do now is okay, once it goes to the temperature, we're gonna figure out what's gonna happen. You don't have to be like you like you shop you know it's going to well things that happen you can get everything without having to know. So you
How's the scorpion looking, honey?
Fine, all the roaches I think are underneath it in the corner.
Surrounded by a hunting family, outraged that he's seizing the life of that lady. Alone and outnumbered, loudly calling for emergency for backup.
Ooh. That was a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's fine if people need to go somewhere. We don't typically, we will hold the roaches, but we don't typically try to hold the scorpion. She is very defensive. We should be coming up on 30 minutes here soon. What's or Nuts will be able to comment again. The one that was constantly trying to rip into me because that's apparently not a big enough cage for little guy. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. If that's how, I can't, is that how she pronounced it? And then shortly after that, the other person will be able to comment. Alright, let's go find a towel. Luckily, this should be the last cage that we need to clean today.
It's already 5 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
I wonder if you should start feeding the other ones.
I don't think I'm going to have time to go for that walk, folks.
I don't think you will either. Did I fall asleep?
You weren't asleep for that long, honey. Trust me.
Good.
However, when this video goes out, definitely going to be a few moments where I'm just like, she's snoring. Because you went from talking to like snoring almost in a second, and I was like, did she have a medical condition?
I'm sorry, I'm just exhausted.
The water stains in this tank are just atrocious. This is probably one of our older tanks that we used to have. Do we have any razors by any chance? Razor blades?
Only the kind we use for shaving.
Because that's how you typically get water stains off shit, right?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. I thought you knew.
toothpaste.
Are you kidding? If it's as easy as toothpaste, I
That's
still.
what live fire guesses. Well, we have one more week of blue meat. Chicken parts. Chicken. Do you still want me to do green beans or do you want me to add something to it?
Green beans is fine.
Because I could also do a pasta roni.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not, when it comes to getting the water stains off stuff, I'm not going to be able to do that, at least for the 10-gallon tanks, until we clean out the sink. Because,
Well, I don't plan on doing dishes and either that or something. I don't plan on doing dishes until I'm starting to work on dinner. That's just how I always been doing it.
because,
Do I need to go do it now?
no, it's too late. It's too late now. I already did the cleaning of the cage. It's just, I had no room, and hopefully I didn't make too much of a mess.
You could have done some yesterday.
You're right. I could have done some yesterday, but I didn't want to.
But I don't want to.
What are you doing?
Ew.
Freaking Duchess.
What'd she do?
She was going after the bone, but I could literally feel it through the ground. I was just like, are you grinding it on the bottom of your cage? All right. No, it's not that important. It's not like water stains are going to hurt your animals. It just doesn't look as good.
Baking soda.
Baking soda?
We might. That's what she said.
So here we go.
We might have some. Yeah, hun. In here in town,
Yeah?
Thursday and Friday, it's supposed to be hot.
Like how hot?
89, 90, 91. Oh, that was my total. 91.
Goodness. So we'll start warming up two of the rats. We're gonna give little guy a little bit of time.
There's a bit of water in that meeting.
We're gonna need to get one of our other cages as a test dummy for that.
Or the outside little guys.
Did you see outside of his cage have a lot of water stains?
True, it's all on the inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have those water cups we can use it on. The ones that we use.
Oh right. Oh my God, that would be the ultimate test.
Because those suckers are bad.
What do you think? Do you think well, technically speaking, you want to give your Asian forest scorpion plenty of depth to dig with. And this one layer, it's like an inch to two, no, it's not even 2 inches. It's like an inch, inch and a half. Then you're going to cut it. I think the main reason why there was all that mold starting to form was because she was not eating her food. Good night.
Oh, okay. Snore.
What?
He said good night. I said, oh, okay. Snore.
All right, where? Somebody said something about a knife.
What? That's what you said.
Yeah, smart. Scrub it on the glass. It's frozen. Are you sure? Huh? You sure?
I didn't even know it was gonna be a project.
No, it's not for me.
I could have swore somebody mentioned a knife, and then all of a sudden the knife is like
Yeah, on the floor right there,
right where?
by that package on the floor.
This package? That's a spoon.
Well, they guessed. I couldn't tell.
Hold on.
Is it better?
It's okay, folks. I've got my gun. Oop! Sorry. Sorry about that little critter. Talk about being terrified. He's probably wondering what the fuck that was. Alright, so I'm gonna go and open.
Yay, she got its own freeze.
Alright. By the way, gun knives are a good gag
I think that's why we bought it.
present, but they make for a very easy way to get shot in real life. So don't be carrying one around. Pretty please. Like I say at the end of all my lives, better not see you on the news unless it's good news.
Light fire was on the news yesterday, or not yesterday, was on the news for a second.
Alright. We're almost ready. Well, we're going to have to get those roaches out before we go and try to get the scorpion in her cage. And from now on, I've got to make damn well certain that they are on their deathbed when I put them in. Because this is nuts.
Muchiro's there.
Muchiro! Muchiro! You missed a bit of excitement. People trying to start and finish arguments. You also missed me abusing my power a little bit.
What'd you do?
Oh, I banned a couple of people that just wanted to argue. Normally, I just kind of let them go off, but somebody that's trying to tell me that I am not taking care of my snakes when I've been taking care of snakes since I'm...
I missed that one.
Yeah, you were asleep at the time.
Oh, sorry.
Alright. She just let me do that. I literally just stuck my hand in there and picked out all those other little insects. She's like, I take care of. And I am bitching about it still. She goes, I take care of 50 ball pythons. I think I know best. And I'm like, you're one person taking care of 50 ball pythons, and you want to say that you're giving every last ball python the attention they need when it comes to care. Right. Monkey! Oh, she's not that bad. She's a little bit stressed because she can't get a good grip on this ground. You're alright, baby. Now I gotta go and clean off the water containers.
Dad, that just they weren't calling you a good boy. Monkey doesn't wear any. Monkey's too fat for that. At least my monkey is.
All right. Let's see, who has watched the most live so far? It's got to be a toss-up between, well, yeah, my wife obviously has watched almost every single one of them. But outside of it being my wife, it's like a toss-up between Just a Local and I think Acid. I could be wrong. Could be somebody that's like never said anything. Because the song, and it had monkey, and it became white in a square. And how does that work? No, we only ban people that think that they know best, and
Or political or racist assholes.
and most of the time it's not a ban. It's just a temporary thing so that they understand that we're not really in the mood to fucking do that.
You can do it.
No, I'm not going to do it. I already have to go to work this week for a prolonged period of time.
So we gotta figure out though. Are we gonna go grocery shopping on Saturday, Sunday, or am I doing it?
Heck, if they get banned or no. Well, it was like 30 minutes. Alright, let's see here. No, I don't think they're going to come back, and if they were following me, they're not anymore. Oh man, just got here.
Hun,
What?
we forgot to look for a garbage can.
Shit, we were at Walmart too.
Yeah.
Alright, as we're getting closer to the bottom, we gotta squeeze the dirt. This will definitely be enough. It actually might be more dirt than what she had before. should be plenty. Now, she's never had a history of trying to dig down into the soil other than putting a little tiny divot in. But that should be plenty of dirt right there. Got a good, say at least 4 inches. Could be 3. I am male, so I typically do make that assessment. We are going to do what we do for our tarantulas. Make a little bit of a trench. Here we go. So we're going to put that right there. Put the water dish right. Really? Can we maybe not get water, not water, but dirt in there? And now, there we go. All right, child. You're all right. Whoop! There you go. Right back into the dirt, child. From what I understand, when it comes to accounts, you can go live right out the bat. Be aware that people are, well, people tend to be the worst of themselves online. If there can be something worth arguing about, they will find it. All right, so this little one is ready to go. And now I am going to check to see how much percentage we have on the phone.
How are you?
46%.
I'm at 50.
All right. I am going to turn off the phone, going to go get my charger. We are going to charge up the phone for a little bit, and then we're going to go live with snake feeding.
So in about an hour or so, because that's when I plan on starting doing.
Yeah, in about an hour or so. In the meantime, I'll probably try gaming.
Live Fire's Pizza's there.
Ha!
Great timing.
All right, you guys have a good day. Have a good day. Stay safe, and remember, I better not see you on the news unless it's good news.
Oh, that could be why it's so